So welcome to episode number 15. So we did episode number 14, but since I knew one of the file, I figured I'd just do it on Instagram. So I guess this number would be 15. And if you're kind of lost, then I guess it's because you're under the influence, or you're trying to help with someone that sounds familiar that's kind of lost, because you're supposed to do that. I know you always have a strong tolerance in sobriety, and then some people have strong tolerance in intoxication. So if you're something intoxicated more than sobriety, you eventually get your turn. So you probably end up with something wrong with you and go to the hospital. And for sobriety, sometimes I guess you go crazy and depression hits, and that's how you go out as well. So I guess we're talking about the image, which I get really fast replies, and I really try to be fair, because there's a version of me that's not fair, which they said not, yeah, I know they have a symbol for it, but that's just a customized to video games or something. So I guess a cherry soda or an orange soda, and most people would reply with baby blue, something of light cream sauce or something light, because they don't want to be too hard on some. And if you're a file that's at a disadvantage, you might also be in advantage when the one that can move more ends up in critical condition. And I totally can do the accents. That's really a thing, and they're wired. Sometimes you get horse collar or whatever, but if you keep doing it naturally, it'll become what you want to sound like. And if you're why is it not working? It's not working because you keep mixing the wrong chemical compound. You were trying to sound like strawberry flavor, and for some reason you went from strawberry to chocolate flavor, and you have a problem with your intake. Now, as for timing bar, I like the fast upload, so I can extend it, but it's got to be a special birthday or something, a request, oh, it's her birthday, she's been working out really hard, or him. And then I know you're oh, why do I always do the him bars over the her bars? I don't know, it's because her, I think of her, I actually did meet her. He has a fish bar, and I keep asking we're in a Hershey bar circumstance, and I'm lactose. No, I don't I don't really tell people I'm lactose, but we're eating, and look at me and want to know why I didn't touch the milk, and I'd always give something away. So other than that, I guess it's not like that. Just if you're because okay, so we're classmates, but then there's always that one file. So you have to talk to something that looks like it. Yeah. So I met this one file that looks like him or something like him, and I just talked to it. Not sure why you're picking kind of odd. There's that one cool file that was really cool with you, and you're not sure if it's the opposite reactor, because sometimes you're at a disadvantage if you are that reactor, so I guess you gotta work on it. Oh, and as for the winning tax, I think it's just your attempts, bro. You ran out of chips and coins. That'd be for podcast episode number 15. Goodbye.